Hello? It's not morning anymore. I slept okay. I was comfy at least. Lots of blankets. Lots of cozy pajamas on me. And woke up around 8ish. Got up, ate half a banana. Was very shaky. I'm very weak and too skinny. So we're working on that, but it's not like night and day. My intestines are all better. It's gradual, so I'm being careful with what I eat. But Danny asked if we wanted to go out, and I rallied. We went to a place that's usually pretty quick after I got Jax to the bathroom and back, and all set up with beverages and a bowl of fruit. But yeah, we had to wait for a table because there was just so many people there, a huge group. And then when we finally had a table, had to wait a long time for the food, which is understandable. But then the food came and we didn't have any silverware, and we waited like 10 minutes. Our food was starting to get cold. Kept asking people for silverware. Finally had those. And then there was 20 minutes where I couldn't get anybody to come by because I needed to order food for Jax to go. So it was a long process, and we got out of there at like 1:15. So it's 1:40, and I'm glad that I set our appointment for 3 because I actually get to sit under my super cozy electric blanket for a little bit before we have to start the process of trying to get Jax into the car. So I think my plan will be to get the crutches and put them in the back in case the doctor can show Jax how to use them. I want to have them in the car. I need to back my car up a little bit so that I line up with the path that is cut out. I think I'm going to have Jax sit in the front passenger seat instead of trying to go around to the usual spot in the back. And then I'll drive there, and I'm hoping they have chairs outside. They might have them, but without cushions because it's winter. Like the shopping center has little outdoor furniture. Because then I could pull up and help Jax to a chair and then park and then help Jax the rest of the way, because I don't know if I'm allowed to stay out there. But if I get there and I don't know what to do, I can always park and call in and see what they say. Yeah, I don't know. We'll make it work. Hi. Can you hop
No.
on your good foot? Just one little hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. You did it. You did it. You did it. Wait, close the door. I understand.
You once again let me know if anything hurts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we made it to urgent care. I managed to get Jax out of the house on my own. And I just pulled right up, put on my flashers, and went in and asked if there was any assistance I could have. And they gave me a wheelchair, so that's what we used. I didn't know how to use it. I did bang Jax's bad leg once on a waiting room chair. But I have a bath running and I can't talk the marathon that I need to right now, but I'll give you the short story and then we'll circle back together and I'll tell you everything because you're besties, right? We're like this. But they could not rule out a fracture of the tibia. So Jax is splinted up in a semi-bent position because straightening is not happening right now. And I have a CD with the x-rays and names of 2 orthopedics that I need to call first thing in the morning and try to make an appointment for after work as soon as possible. So it doesn't necessarily mean the leg is broken, but it could be. So we have to treat it as such and not move it at all. This changed halfway through the appointment. So don't worry, it won't be long for you. I'll be back in a flash and I will tell you everything, and I'm smiling because what can you do at this point? This is life. This is my life. I'm back. See, that was no time at all. It is 9:15, 16. And I just left Sebastian's room from doing bedtime. I'm drinking some tea. Still have the tiniest little bit of mucus, phlegm. What is it called when it's in your lungs? I can feel it. I can't quite get it up. So breathe in the steam of this tea. I'm drinking and drinking and drinking because I wasn't drinking for all that time that I was at urgent care. Anyway, so we're in urgent care. I've already done most of the check-in. Apparently I didn't fill in a couple little things. I have to give him a credit card. Very, very easy check-in because I had done so much already. And we already had an appointment. They call us back. It takes the receptionist and the nurse to get Jax a weight just in case medicine is needed. They always take the weight. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out. I don't cough when I leave the house. It just shuts off, but the stuff is still there. So I'm trying to get it out. But we go to the room and the nurse just gets some details. The 3 doing the date. And then we wait for the doctor, I believe. Is that all they did? Yeah. We had to tell the receptionist what happened, and then we had to tell the nurse. He was great. He was wonderful. What happened, and then the doctor came in after a little while. I'd say less than a 10-minute wait. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't too busy there. There was a girl in tears with an ice bag on her wrist, and it gave me flashbacks to when I was 10 with ice packs on both my wrists, sitting in the emergency room with my dad, crying. I started crying because there was a dad yelling at his kids, and it was so scary. But yeah, my heart broke for her. We were on the healthy side of the waiting room and we were wearing masks. it said strongly suggested. So even though it was swelteringly hot in there, and I'm never hot, we were in 95s. There was somebody with flu on the other side. So I was like, I will suffer through this mask. We get back to, yeah, so I got distracted. We're back in the room now. Sorry. Doctor comes in and she needs Jax up on the exam table, so we got that done, looks at it. We discuss our concerns, how Jax can't walk at all, so, but I do have crutches that we borrowed. They're in my car. We don't know how to use them at all. We need to figure out if school can happen, and if it can't or needs to be modified, we need notes either way. So she's like, okay, well, I've already put in the order for an x-ray based on what had happened. She came back with 2 notes. I have 2 notes here. One, they're the same thing but filled out differently. One is able to return to school with restrictions, but no, it says is excused from gym the 12th through the 19th. Allowed to use crutches, wrap, splint, elevator as necessary. The other one, the only thing checked off is excused from school the 12th through the 19th. So, yeah, she was like, if we can't get the crutches to be used safely, then you just can't go to school because you could do damage. So she wanted me to help get Jax on the x-ray table and then go to the car and get the crutches. So that was something that was good that I did, that I brought the crutches. So I did that. She came out saying, oh, the x-ray looks good. I don't see anything. She's not a radiologist. Apparently she's not the be all end all. It gets submitted to the urgent cares online radiologist, I guess. It digitally goes there and they examine it and give the report. So she said she didn't see anything, so we went back to the room and she discussed the kind of things that I've been telling Jax. You can't just sit there and not moving it, it'll lock up, so gotta bend it regularly, try to use it. We'll come in and put a bandage around it, an ace bandage, a brace, an ace wrap, I guess they call it here on this paper. And then we'll test out the crutches. So the nurse came in and did the wrap, and then we were trying out the crutches. He demonstrated, and Jax was trying them in the hall. Very shaky, not good enough to do school. But I was like, well, if we can at least get it to the point where you could take an emergency trip to the bathroom while I'm at work, because I have to work all 5 days this week. And the doctor knocked and came in and said, I have to interrupt. So the radiologist looked at the x-rays and cannot exclude a fracture of the tibia. That's when morale went down greatly for Jax. And yeah, we had to remove the ace bandage and put a splint on. So there was a layer of gauze, a layer of padding, a fiberglass that it's just for the back of the leg to hold it in this position. It got wet, and then ace bandage wrapped, and it hardens up as it dries. And Jax did say when we got home that it was starting to make it feel more comfortable being bound that way. So because there's a possibility of a fracture, we needed a splint or a brace. The brace would straighten it completely, and that wasn't happening, so we had to do the splint. And we got our CD and our referrals. These are orthopedics that they use often, and they like to see the pictures the urgent care takes. So we'll have that. I have to call in the morning. I chose the location out of the two based on which one seems easier to get into, and one is street level. There's the door. We just have one curb. The other one is a big medical center, a little easier to drive to. I've never been to the area where the other one is, even though that one says Ashburn and the other one says Leesburg. We are on the Leesburg side of Ashburn. There's no way. I'd have to like call them and leave Jax in the car and try and go in and get a wheelchair. It would be a whole thing. So I'm gonna try for the other one. And they did have an online scheduling for new appointments, but as soon as I clicked that, like they had specific choices you had to make, and I had to choose recommended from urgent care because of a fracture, diagnosed with fracture. They didn't have a maybe fracture. So as soon as I clicked that, it was like, you can't schedule online, you need to call. I'm like, okay, so we'll be calling in the morning. I think the hours at 8. I have it on my computer and I can check when Sebastian's off at school. But we were pretty much done after that. They gave me the CD. The nurse wheeled Jax out to the lobby. And I put everything in the car and pulled the car up, and we got Jackson, and I was able to get Jax all the way back up. We just backwards scooted almost the whole way. We only did the standing, like it's this with the one leg, because he's not steady enough to hop. The doctor was like, yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. I support the weight. We are equal height and equal weight, so my back was a little stiff from all the lifting and helping, but I would do anything for my babies. But yeah, proud of Jax, proud of me, and it's gonna be a difficult week for Jax, so send good thoughts. But thank you for making it this far. If you made it through this yap session, that was a lot. And I guess I will see you tomorrow. Probably won't have a lot filmed because it is a work day. I don't know if we'll be at the doctor. We'll see. That place does have walk-ins, but as I said, because there's a possible fracture, it might need to be a specific day where a doctor is in. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. You guys stay safe. Be kind. And don't forget, wash your hands.